Relative deprivation theory is another interesting theory. Here we focus on lack of resources. Now, lack of resources could be to sustain the diet, sustain the lifestyle, sustain the day-to-day activities, and there is a comparison that originates. Now, this comparison, when originates, creates the members of the group feel that they are different or not at par with other members of the group, and this is what is known as the relative deprivation theory. That means there is a sense of being worse off. So this sense of being worse off when a person compares themselves to others, and this was explained as part of relative deprivation. Actually, the person is not deprived. Actually, the person has all the required resources, but relatively, yes, the person feels that I am deprived. So there is a sense of relative deprivation that sometimes can even create social movements which can lead to social disorders. So let me take up a very simple example. There was two of the friends. So here is friend 1 and here is friend 2. Now, friend 2 gets a car. Now, when friend 2 gets a car, friend 1 thinks that I should also think about getting a car. Now, there can be two approaches which can be explained. The first is egoistic relative deprivation. Now, here, this friend A would think I should work hard in my company. Once I work hard, I'll get the promotion. And similar to my friend B, who was able to get the promotion and get a car, I would be able to get a car. So here is friend 1 started working hard to achieve the goal, which was to get the car. And the feeling was initially a relative deprivation. A relative deprivation in this case was that I should get a car which my friend has. Originally, even if friend 1 is without car, it does not make a significant difference in the life. But yes, there was a requirement to move forward and get it. Now, this theory is known as egoistic relative deprivation. Why egoistic? Because the person has a certain level of ego. He wants to work hard, achieve something, and then achieve that this is realistic. I can actually get a car if I work hard in the same fashion. So here, there is no negative attitude associated towards person B. Okay, so the action of friend 1 does not affect the action of friend 2, and this is what is known as egoistic relative deprivation. On the same theory, contrast to it, there is fraternalistic relative deprivation. What is that? Friend 2 gets the car. Friend 1 thinks that, oh, he is able to get the car. Now, I need to be better off. And when there is a relative deprivation which is fraternalistic, there is a feeling of negativity. There is a feeling of discrimination that arises, which says, okay, that person was able to do it. Probably I'm not that. I'm not that person who can actually get the car, or it creates an unfavorable atmosphere. In the first one, there was a favorable atmosphere because the person aimed at working hard and achieving the objective. But here, the person is not aiming hard and achieving the objective, but person thinks that the car is only the proprietary for person 2, and the only thing that I can do is actually get a little negativity out of it. So that was the fraternalistic relative deprivation. But relative deprivation again explains that when the resources are available, a person has a tendency to consider oneself worse off as compared to others. Now, when the person considers oneself worse off as compared to other, either the person can improve through a egoistic path where the person works hard, does not have a negative feeling, and is committed to make this goal real to get a car. On the other hand, there can be an unfavorable circumstances where negativity arises and discrimination pops in. So that is fraternalistic relative deprivation. So this was about relative deprivation theory, one of the very important theories in intergroup relationships. So usually groups behave in this manner. I can jot down another example. For example, one of the communities gets a reservation, the other other communities do not get a reservation. What would happen in that case? In that case, there would be a feeling that probably a similar another community would come up and say, okay, I should also fight for reservation, or would criticize the one who has got the reservation, would move to the court and create an unfavorable or critic atmosphere against that community. So that is how we understand this theory of intergroup relationships, one of the very important concepts in sociological and psychological frameworks. We would be covering many such important theories in psychological perspective. Stay tuned. Wish you good luck.